now. That she had the ring, that I somehow forced her to sell it against her will, pocketed the money, and bought myself a toy with her property. I showed him the actual text messages, the original chain, her words, her timestamps, my single-word response. His reaction, bro, that's actually insane. She really said that about 12 grand worth of ring. Word for word. Called it cheap. Said she was embarrassed. Told me to keep it. He shared the screenshots with a couple other guys on the crew. By end of day, the consensus from everyone who saw them was clear. I dodged something bad. One of the senior guys, married 32 years, pulled me aside and said my wife's ring cost $800 in 1992. She still wears it every single day. Never once complained. The ring don't mean nothing if the person's wrong. That helped more than I expected. What didn't help? Learning my ex has started a whole revisionist history campaign. We were basically engaged for years, and I kept stringing her along before finally proposing with the cheapest thing he could find just to shut me up. 4 years of relationship reduced to me being commitment-phobic and cheap. Everything real we built together erased and replaced with this story where she's the victim of my inadequacy. I'm not engaging with it directly. Refused to get into some public he said she said drama on social media. But I did one thing. Made my ring purchase receipt my phone wallpaper for a week. Every time someone asked about the situation, I show them my lock screen. $12,400. Cheap, according to her family. Petty? Absolutely. Satisfying? You have no idea. Update 2, day 16. Final update, because I think this situation has finally burned itself out, and I need to move on mentally. Day 11. Her sister sent me a Venmo request. I'm not kidding. A Venmo request for $200 with a note for the bridal magazines and planning materials we already purchased. You owe us. I declined the request and blocked her. But honestly, the audacity was almost impressive. They'd been planning a wedding that was never officially scheduled, buying magazines and supplies before I'd even proposed, and somehow that was my financial responsibility. Day 13, the real confrontation happened. My ex showed up at my apartment. First time seeing her face-to-face since the night I proposed. She looked exhausted, like she hadn't slept properly in a week. Can we talk? She asked. Just talk. Inside. Against my better judgment, I let her in. She sat on the couch. The same spot where we'd watched hundreds of movies together over 4 years. Strange how familiar someone can look and feel like a complete stranger at the same time. I've had time to think, she said slowly, and I realize I handled things badly. I shouldn't have. Texted you that way. I should have talked to you in person, calmly, explained how I was feeling. Okay, but you have to understand where I was coming from.